When you think of life drawing, what comes to mind? There's someone in the buff, or in the nude, standing around while people giggle and do some doodles, right? Well, it's actually a lot more than that. It's about body positivity, artistic expression, and the celebration of oneself. That's what I learnt while taking part in Melbourne's Gay Life Drawing, which has been going for 2 years.
It all happened through a conversation with some fellow artists, friends of mine, where queer artists, they came to me and they sort of said, you know what, we don't really have a safe space that we can work as a sort of community and have live models pose for us. It's always been this thing about this feeling of like isolated in their own studio or their own office, resulting to looking online.
He answered that call from queer artists, creating a monthly event that gives our communities a safe space to learn, express and celebrate. Alright, clearly I should stick to finger painting. Let's find out how it all came about.
The idea sort of came from going to Hares Hyenas and just finding just such an inviting, queer-friendly place. And the fact that they do shows and the whole place transforms into like a little club place to get together and have performances and all that. Thought, well, why can't we do this with drawing as well?
And people started attending with a variety of different skill levels and abilities.
That's always been what I get the most out of these sessions, is seeing artists, or just, you know, curious cats, as I like to call them, wanting to attend and just give it a go. Seeing them having a good time and trying something that's a little out of their usual comfort zone.
Part of that comfort zone included the type of models that people were drawing. And while it might be called Gay Life Drawing in the title, it's most definitely a celebration of what it means to be queer, with trans, queer and non-binary models of different genders, ethnicities and body types.
Sort of mid last year, we decided to do a session portraying of Barbarella. And we had a non-binary model. Their name is Them Fatale, pose for us. And just to give you a perspective, all right, like say we had a session with, you know, a big chunky muscular model and all that, and everyone wants to come check out and draw all the shapes, get a big sellout, you know. This was one where we had a non-binary model as Barbarella, and we had the biggest sellout last year. That was a big deal. And it was such an awesome night, such a positive night.
When COVID restrictions hit, events could no longer take place at Hares and Hyenas. But after some thinking, Jean-Luc transferred them to an online platform so that people could still practice their artistic styles and celebration of diverse bodies on Zoom.
At first, I was a little unsure if it'll work, because again, a huge part of what makes Gay Life Drawing is that lovely camaraderie of being in a group and being in a space. And I thought, well, you know, we can make this work. You know, we're seeing performances happening through Zoom, then we can have a life drawing session happen too.
And they've had 5 successful sessions via Zoom, where the models have been posing in their homes and everyone is drawing what they can see while continuing to physically distance. In a normal session, they'd organise all the poses beforehand, but the model's ideas and vision has become as much a part of the Zoom life drawing sessions as everything else, and the same can be said for the artists as well, and the engagement and interaction that they're all sharing online.
If we were in a space in person, you know, we're getting that sort of sense, like, you know, you just almost want to grab the screen, give everyone a nice little hug at the end. And we're all there, we're all talking, just like you and me right now.
Yes. Some restrictions are starting to lift, but virtual streaming events like Gay Life Drawing, where you're a part of what's happening, are still really, really important, not just for the artists or for COVID guidelines, but for all of our sense of community and connectiveness as well.
I've had a few artists that have attended over the last couple of years. I've actually seen that timeline of when they started to where they are now, and it's been an incredible improvement in their skills that they've just picked up from just being there and attending.
Coming up in the next session, Archie Arsenic, a fabulous non-binary artist, will be posing, and then the next model will be all the way from America, the fantastic Big Dipper. Going virtual during COVID has taught Jean-Luc that when restrictions ease and they can head back to Hares and Hyenas, they can still create a way for people to be a part of the life drawing sessions, even though they aren't actually in the room.
Been having all these great connections with artists interstate and overseas. They're all like, oh, well, when things go back to normal, that means we won't be doing this anymore, you know? And I'm like, well, there'll still be a way. We'll work it out. And I think this will be the thing. This will be just a thing of the norm.